This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. Thank you for joining us as we get ready for Game 7.
Oh, baby, I was hoping you'd start there.
I know, but
we were talking earlier. We think maybe this might be the best one ever.
I mean, just there's so much on the line.
Boy, I'm worried, though. I am darn worried. All right, I have a huge gripe, and we apologize if you're not following the World Series. For many, many, many years, the home field advantage in the World Series was determined by the regular season wins and losses.
No, it went by alternating years.
Well, okay, you're right. I apologize. That was the National League. That was the Division Championship Series was figured that. But now, all of a sudden, we've decided it has to do with who wins the All-Star game. Who cares? Who cares who wins the All-Star game?
They just wanted the All-Star game to mean something.
Okay, well, that's now impacting the impact. That's now could impact the outcome of the World Series.
If you were an Indian fan, you wouldn't be this out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I actually am second an Indian fan. Those are the two teams I've lived and followed my whole life.
No matter who wins, you're going to be kind of happy.
I'm trying to look at it like that.
So that's good.
Warning, I'll be tired tomorrow because I'm going to stay up. I have yet to stay up till the end of the game. You can't. Well, I guess if they're getting killed, I'll go to bed.
It was great last night because I said to everybody, if there is going to be a Game 7, I want to be able to watch it in its entirety. So last night I needed to go to bed early, so the Cubs needed to score like 9 runs in the first inning.
And they
scored
did.
7 in the first 3.
Yeah, I still didn't go to bed.
So I guarantee you, whoever wins the series, the crowd is going to go crazy.
I know. I am excited.
Crazy.
Guy Doug Wrigley is excited. He thinks his namesake is good luck. Just saying.
Where is he? Is he in today?
He's having a nap.
Oh, good.
He is here, though.
Well, we'll go wake him up in a little bit. We have some pleasant weather for you today. It looks like everything will cooperate for another nice day here on the Suncoast. Now, I will say that we have a little increase in moisture in the atmosphere, and it's possible to see a few more clouds around today. Plus, in interior sections, Hardee, DeSoto County, you may see an isolated shower in inland areas, but it's not going to be a whole big rain thing. Nothing like that. Daytime highs top out at around 88 degrees, and the forecast for the next couple of days is pretty much the same. But then, big changes coming. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, taking a look at the roadways. Traffic picking up, volume picking up, but no accidents or delays in Manatee County. You see 301, 41. You got some traffic, but they're moving along. 75 is looking free and clear right now in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, everything is looking good there as well. You see Fruitville, a little bit of volume as you head towards 75. And right there on 41, it's partially blocked at Proctor Road. That's 41 southbound, just south of Bee Ridge. 41 southbound, partially blocked at Proctor Road. But that's the only blip on the screen this morning as you head out the door to wherever you may be going. Now, right now, we have breaking news going on. Police in Des Moines, Iowa say 2 officers have been shot and killed in ambush-style attacks.
There is currently a manhunt on for at least one suspect. Police have very few details other than a vehicle description. This was an ambush that occurred around 1 a.m., according to Des Moines police. The first officer who was shot was sitting in his car on patrol alone. Then the second officer was responding to that scene. He was also alone and found shot in his car. Again, this occurring around 1 a.m. this morning in Des Moines, Iowa. Back here in Florida, Vice President Joe Biden is coming to our state, holding 2 campaign events on the east and west coasts.
He'll start his day in Tampa, where he's scheduled to speak at the Museum of Science and Industry, and that event is expected to begin at 11:15 this morning. He'll then head to Palm Beach State College for early voting events that will take place this afternoon. Biden is expected to discuss the importance of voting in this election and how Florida voters can impact the election results. He'll also go over Hillary Clinton's plans for the economy.
Speaking of Hillary Clinton, she has also been on the campaign trail here in our state. She was back on the Gulf Coast yesterday for a rally in Dade City. Some Suncoast residents made the trek up to Pasco County to listen to her speak, and they say even though the polls show that Clinton has a lead over Trump, they still think she has a better chance in the big picture of securing the electoral votes.
She had a big lead a few weeks ago, and now it's shrinking up a little bit, but I think she's going to take it. I think her road to 270 is a lot easier to get to than his.
The latest polls show that Clinton has a 46 to 42% lead over Donald Trump in Florida, yet only a 46 to 45% lead nationally.
Trump will also be making his way back to Florida before the election. He is expected to campaign in Miami, Orlando, and Pensacola today before heading to Jacksonville tomorrow. He's coming off of visits to Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, where he campaigned with running mate Mike Pence. The two of them both spoke about what they will do with Obamacare just as open enrollment begins for health insurance.
When we win on November 8th, and elect a Republican Congress, we will be able to immediately repeal and replace Obamacare. Have to do it.
Trump is also amping up his ad campaign, releasing new ads in states like Pennsylvania, where Hillary Clinton has a very strong lead.
Back here on the Suncoast, local college students are getting a glimpse of what it is like to be out on that campaign trail.
A mock debate will be held today at the State College of Florida on the Venice campus. It'll be held from 1 to 2 this afternoon in the Selby Room. Students will represent Clinton and Trump and go over the issues affecting this year's election. They'll also hold a mock election. The debate is free and open to the public.
The Sarasota woman convicted in the attempted murder of her 6-year-old daughter is expected to be in court today for sentencing. Ashley Parker was found guilty of 4 felony counts, including attempted first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse in September. The charges came after the child's grandmother found her in Parker's home with several stab wounds in June of 2015. The now 7-year-old even testified against Parker in the case, describing what happened. Parker's sentencing is expected to begin today at 9 a.m. In Punta Gorda, the city council is expected to vote on a settlement agreement with the family of Mary Knowlton. Knowlton was killed in August when she was accidentally shot with a loaded gun during a Citizens Police Academy. The police department says no one knew that gun was loaded during the demonstration. The proposed settlement is over $2 million. The case remains under investigation, and the officer involved in the shooting remains on paid leave pending the results of the investigation.
The city of Sarasota is continuing its efforts on how to combat homelessness as city leaders met with a delegation from Tallahassee last night to see how the state's capital is dealing with the homeless problem. They discussed the Kearney Center's usage and ID card to track homeless participants.
Barcode on the identification cards of each of our clients. So when they go to ask for services, that number's scanned in. And that's all recorded into our books. And then we're able to say what services are actually being delivered.
Sarasota has been trying to get a handle on the homeless issue for several years now. And local developers pulling the plug on a controversial plan for a new subdivision near the Braden River. Pat Neal planned to build 32 homes east of I-75 near the Braden Woods and River Club neighborhoods. Nearby residents voiced their concerns about the negative impact on the river and wildlife in the area. They also wanted to see the land preserved. Now, the Manatee County Planning Commission recommended the county deny the plans. According to the Bradenton Herald, Neal then decided to withdraw the plans.
The Florida Highway Patrol is looking for a few more good troopers. A recruiting fair, will be held tonight at the FHP office in Bradenton. That is today from 4 to 7 p.m. Those interested in applying must be at least 19 years old with a high school diploma and some preferred experience in law enforcement, the U.S. military, or at least public contact. You also must have 20/30 vision. Sarasota County's pistol and rifle range will be fully open to the public today. The county recently installed baffles at Night Trail Park in Nokomis. These baffles prevent bullets from getting outside of the shooting range. The 50, 25, and 12-yard portions of the range will be open to shooters. That 100-yard range opened last month. The range is open from 9 until 4 every Wednesday through Sunday.
Marine Laboratory asking for help in protecting loggerhead turtles and their nests on the Suncoast. It's been a record-breaking season this year with more than 4,000 loggerhead turtle nests. Now, some turtles laid eggs late in the season, and there are still more to go. To ensure those turtles hatch and make it to the water, beachgoers and those who live near the water are asked to be on alert.
If they know that there's a turtle nest near their location, to make sure to still keep your lights off at night, because those hatchlings are going to use the light to find their way to the water. And if your lights are on your house, they're going to find their way to your house instead. And in addition, just respect the boundaries of the nest.
When the remaining nests have hatched, they'll remove the stakes to give the all clear for beachgoers. Speaking of which, beachgoers and boaters also asked to be on the lookout for more manatees in the area. November is Manatee Awareness Month. As the weather starts to cool off, migrating manatees will begin swimming further into rivers, bays, or coastal waters for warmth. And the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission is asking boaters to watch out for the manatees and stay clear of areas in which they may gather. So far in 2016, 91 manatees have died because of boat strikes. Many seasonal manatee protection zones go into effect on November 15th. One of the Suncoast's most prized possessions is our local beaches, of course.
Absolutely. With Anna Maria Island, Longboat Key, and Siesta Key, there's plenty of coastline to enjoy, but there are definitely concerns about how they will change over the next 20 years. Now, for Longboat Key, they are already dealing with beach erosion, and there could be big changes on the way. We spoke to Mayor Jack Duncan, who told us that some of the issues that he hopes will be tackled about in the years ahead.
Certainly, sea level rise is a huge concern to Longboat Key. All we need to do is see sea level go up 1.5 feet, and we've got areas that are underwater. And so those are huge elements. I think beyond that, we have a lot of projects going on to beautify the island, to modernize the island.
Duncan says the rising sea levels are that immediate concern, so therefore they need to start with planning expertise at the local and state levels. It is frightening to think about how much of our coastline is impacted by just, inches of water.
Yeah.
Climatologically, I'm sure it's a concern.
And it could well be feet of water.
Yeah.
All the climate models, the latest thinking amongst the climatologists are that the ice is melting at a much faster rate than we had previously thought. So it's a serious concern.
Well, today's temperatures seem to be accurate of that with the warm.
So warm last month, the 8th consecutive month of above average temperatures. Today we'll probably hit 88 degrees, which is very warm for this time of year. And last game of the World Series is going to be played in some very warm temperatures on Lake Erie.
Better than snow and ice.
Yes, indeed.
I suppose. We're looking at some very pleasant weather around here. Maybe an isolated shower. We could use that. We'll talk about the forecast in a second.
All right, thanks, John. And still ahead on your Suncoast News, a teacher receiving a note from a parent, pretty common occurrence, but one note may have saved a mother's life. We have that story.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner. After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll try Baby Boot Camp as a workout option for busy moms, plus a lesson in manners. And Chef Judy has the best peanut butter dishes.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at some pretty decent conditions outside with a temperature of 68 degrees and a dew point of 64. Two things going on this morning. One, the air temperature is a little bit warmer. And two, the dew point value is a little bit warmer. So the combination of those two factors making it feel a little bit stickier outside right now. Just a little bit. We have a northeast wind blowing at about 7. That still makes it feel rather refreshing because of that northeast wind. But nevertheless, you can definitely tell there's a higher humidity factor in the air. 67 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia at 66, 66 in Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, Bradenton, Northport, 63 in Punta Gorda. Double 68s, Venice and Inglewood, and Longboat Key comes in warmest at 70 right now. So across the peninsula, one thing to note. We had very dry air that just moved down the spine of the state and kept us in pristine sky conditions for a couple of days. Now we're starting to see these tan colors of very dry air aloft begin to be eroded away from north to south across the peninsula as we get a little bit more moisture in, thanks to that consistent northeasterly wind flow. So we'll see a few more clouds around today, I think. And as we head into the afternoon, maybe one or two of these clouds might sustain an isolated patch of drizzle in inland areas most particularly. You can see the effect of the northeast wind with some of these showers trying to make it onshore in northern sections and central sections of the state over the last 12 hours. Some of the showers will produce some light rainfall in parts of, well, Polk County, but particularly Highlands County. And we might even see a few of the showers make their way into Wauchula and Arcadia, perhaps later on today. Along the coastline, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot, though. We're going to stay fairly dry right along the immediate coast. High pressure is still the dominant weather feature from the mid-Atlantic down through the deep south into the Florida Peninsula, providing us with this easterly wind flow. We wait for this frontal boundary, still back to the west, which will produce some stronger storms along that front today. We'll wait for that to eventually work its way closer to us and by Friday move through here, giving us a breezy Friday and Saturday, I think. But it will provide us with about a 10-degree temperature drop, which will make it feel very comfortable and somewhat seasonable as we head into the weekend. Warm afternoon, dry skies, not as breezy today as it was yesterday, though winds will probably pick up again later in the day. The bullseye for stronger storms today will be right along that frontal zone line stretching from the Chicago area down through Kansas City back into the top hat of Texas. Elsewhere, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot in the deep south. Atlanta Airport, Carolina airports all look good. Certainly the state of Florida, not much in the way of showery activity. This computer model that we run here at the station, the RPM, is a little more aggressive at bringing a few of these scattered showers all the way out into Gulf waters. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to happen, but I do think this model picks up on the fact that we get a little extra cloud cover around, and some inland areas may pick up that shower or two at about a 20% chance, I'd say, for inland zones. So that's the difference coming up over the next several days. I think the showers that we see this week will most likely be most prevalent on Friday when that front comes through. And even then, rain chance probably only 20%. 10-knot winds this afternoon and into the evening, followed by a 15-knot wind overnight, boaters. A little bit better day for boating. And the forecast calls for that beautiful weather over the weekend. Nighttime lows near 60, daytime highs mid-70s, dry, sunny, gorgeous. Don't forget, clock's back Saturday night into Sunday. Back to you.
Ooh, cool, sunny, and an extra hour of sleep. Sounds like heaven. Thank you, John. As we head over the hump to the weekend this morning on the morning commute, things are looking pretty good on the roadway. Southbound 301 picking up in volume a little bit, but no major problems out there. I-75 through Manatee County looks good. No problems in the construction zone. Building volume eastbound on Fruitville as you get ready to get on the expressway. The only problem we have to report is a block in the road at 41 southbound at Proctor. If they don't get that cleared up as we head closer to 7 o'clock, that may cause some slowdowns. That's 41 in Proctor, and the construction zones in South County are moving well. It is 6:20 and still ahead on your Suncoast News.
A nasty divorce for an NBA Hall of Famer, now getting the police involved. We'll have that story next.
Good morning. We're at the Publix Aprons Cooking School with Chef Bob. What's on the menu today, Bob?
Well, Judy, we're going to do a nice Thanksgiving dish with a twist. We're going to do a nice citrus glaze with the turkey, little mushroom, spinach, cream spinach, and a mashed potato, which is sweet potatoes with bananas.
Sounds great. Let's get started.
All right, first thing we're going to do is our spinach right here. Basically, I have mushrooms, a little butter in there, a little oil. We're going to add some garlic, and then we are going to add a little bit of flour to make a roux.
Gotcha.
And you're going to stir that roux around for us. In the flour, I have a little bit of nutmeg, too.
The secret that makes cream spinach so good,
Love it. Our sweet potato mash, mashed potatoes, but sweet potatoes. We mash them up, we take bananas, we cook them with butter and a little cinnamon, and we end up with this beautiful stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then a turkey. Turkeys, we were just talking about all the cool things you can do with turkeys. This one is a citrus agave glaze. If anyone's ever had that, we were talking about agave. It's such cool stuff. It's really good for you, too.
It is. And now, if somebody doesn't have agave at home, what can they use?
They can use honey. They can use honey. And this is what it looks like. It has a little rosemary in it. What I did was, after I had cooked the turkey and glazed it, then I took them out and I put a little glaze on and a little turkey stock, and then I heated it back up. So over here, all we'll do is add a little bit of cream.
Oh, yeah. Bring the cream.
A little bit of fresh spinach. A little bit, let's use some Pecorino Romano.
Oh, let's,
please. We're going to put a little Pecorino Romano, and all you do is you wilt that spinach down till it's pretty much done. And when it's all done, with the magic of TV with Judy here, it looks like this right here. And our sweet potato mash looks like this.
And starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Aprons Simple Meals kiosk, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious dish. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Judy.
It's the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology.
And focus on the Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAT. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
Welcome back at 6:26. Coming up, we have a bitter divorce battle involving NBA Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen, and police are now involved.
And this amazes me because they were just lovey-dovey a month or so ago. ABC's Mara Scavacampo has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the breakup of the nearly 20-year marriage between NBA legend Scottie Pippen and his wife Larsa heating up.
911, what is your emergency?
Can you send someone over here? My husband's being really aggressive with me.
In these newly released 911 calls, Larsa is heard calling police last month. Larsa eventually tells police not to come after all. Then, 3 days later, another call.
My husband's gotten crazy again with me.
2 weeks after the 911 calls were made, Scottie filed for divorce. In the divorce filings obtained by ABC News, Scottie claims the marriage is irretrievably broken, asking the court not to award alimony in any form. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on the bitter divorce. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mara Scavacampo, ABC News, New York.
Megan and Louie have impeccable taste in shoes and shoe boxes. So they choose new Meow Mix Bistro recipes made with real chicken to make mealtime taste like a reservation for two. No wonder it's the only one cats ask for by name.
Ask yourself, do you use artificial tears often? Have you been screened for a type of chronic dry eye disease?
Artificial tears give temporary relief, but only Restasis cyclosporin ophthalmic emulsion helps your eyes make tears. With continued use, 1 drop in each eye twice a day, every day, Restasis helps increase your eye's natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. Restasis did not increase tear production in patients using anti-inflammatory eye drops or tear duct plugs. To help avoid eye injury and contamination, do not touch the vial tip to your eye or other surfaces. Contact lenses should not be worn within 15 minutes of using Restasis. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation.
Be your own advocate. Call your eye doctor to get screened and ask about Restasis.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Governor Scott and U.S. senators reaching out for financial help from the White House. We'll tell you why.
Plus, how a mother held hostage in her home was able to escape with the help of her 11-year-old son.
The Chicago Cubs forcing Game 7 of the World Series. Will have the highlights and what the highest ticket prices are coming up.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. It's 6:31. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
Hello, John Scalzi. I'm Don Brennan. I hedged my bets. I wore red, white, and blue for the Indians. Oh, no, for the Cubs. Oh, for both teams. So red, white, and blue. So
you're a little more Indians colored there, I got to tell you. The Cubs would be my bright turquoise.
What? Bright turquoise?
Well,
Cubs?
royal blue. Royal blue.
Oh, I was going to say.
Royal blue,
yeah, but
sorry.
the light blue was those ugly pajama-like uniforms they had for road games back in like the 70s and 80s.
I don't know. I wasn't born yet. No! A day after his birthday, he needed that.
I might have to go through the locker at home. You know, the locker that you have with all the old kids' stuff. All
Yeah,
yours. I mean, that your parents. I have an old pennant there, a Cleveland Indians pennant from the
fun.
60s.
Wow.
Yes, the 60s. So I'd have to bring that in if they win.
Yes, well, we'll see which flag is flying tomorrow. The big W for Chicago, I hope, since that, of course, is their signature.
chance.
But exciting for, I think, even non-big, you're not a huge baseball
series
follower,
ever.
I know,
No,
but you could have some interest in it. People can care on a night like tonight.
Exactly. Best kind of competition ever.
Absolutely.
It's
And if you don't care, I believe the CMA Awards are on ABC tonight. So.
Yes, but you won't believe the prices going. The highest prices paid for tickets and resale, of course.
I've heard $4
for the
grand.
game
More?
tonight. $4 is about the average asking price. But
Wow,
I'll tell you,
that's
CMA
crazy.
though, CMA is a pretty good ticket as well.
Yep, yeah, lots going on.
I'll be here. We have some pretty decent weather shaping up for you today. You know, maybe a little extra cloud cover around, but still a warm afternoon with daytime highs topping out in the upper 80s. Rain chance is minimal, mostly in inland areas along the coastline. Should be dry. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. They are looking good this morning. No accidents or delays to speak of. Palmetto, Ellington, downtown Bradenton looking good. And in Manatee County, all the major roadways are moving along pretty well and normal for this time in the morning. The only issue right now is at 41 and Proctor Road. It's 41 southbound in Sarasota. It's partially blocked at Proctor Road, so be aware of that. Otherwise, everything is looking good this morning for your commute. We do have a developing story out of Des Moines, Iowa. Police are currently looking for a gunman that ambushed 2 police officers, shooting both of them and killing them.
These officers were reportedly killed in 2 separate ambush shootings near Des Moines. The first officer, who worked for the Urbandale Police Department, was killed shortly after 1 o'clock this morning. About 20 minutes later, a Des Moines police officer was found dead at a nearby intersection. Both officers were found shot in their patrol cars. The suspect remains at large, and a manhunt is underway. As more people in Florida are testing positive for the Zika virus, Governor Scott is blasting the federal government for not providing the state with more funding to fight the virus. It has been more than a month since Congress passed a $1.1 billion measure. The governor is urging President Obama to immediately expedite the allocation of that money, which is meant to go toward testing kits, lab space, and service for expecting mothers. New this morning, U.S. senators and other lawmakers are also requesting more funding in the aftermath of Hurricane Hermine and Hurricane Matthew. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson is leading this effort, writing a letter to President Obama. He is asking emergency funding to be set aside for recovery efforts in Florida so money can be included in next year's government funding bill. Nelson wants Obama to submit a request to Congress as soon as possible before this is voted on next month, and he wants the president to ensure that the federal government is adequately equipped to meet the needs of people recovering from disasters nationwide.
An unbelievable story out of Louisiana where police were notified of a hostage situation through a note a middle schooler took to school with him. Now, notes from parents are common in school, but a note from one mom to her 11-year-old's teacher ended up saving her life. The note said the boy's mom was in trouble and needed help. The boy was questioned by detectives and he led them to Donald Guy. Guy was wanted for domestic violence charges as well as several other offenses. Deputies found him inside the boy's home, hiding in a closet. Sheriff said if not for the note, the situation could have been so much worse.
There's always a chill that goes through you when you understand that maybe the child was going through a very bad environment and the mother may be captive and maybe worse than what we actually found.
Guy now faces new charges, including false imprisonment of the mom.
An update on the pipeline explosion that killed one person and injured several others in Alabama. The company says they hope to fix the pipeline and restart it as early as this weekend. Firefighters have contained the burning fuel, but officials have not been able to assess the damage just yet. The explosion happened after a track hoe hit the pipeline. This pipeline ships gasoline to millions of people across the South. Some are concerned about the damage, plus the loss of service that could result in gas outages and increased costs at the pump. The Pentagon is asking to spend $140 million over the next 5 years to create an advertising campaign aimed at attracting a broader pool of military recruits. The individual military services have routinely done the bulk of the advertising, flooding the airwaves with familiar slogans from the various military branches. But now the Department of Defense wants to tout the idea of military service on the whole. They say they want to make more Americans familiar with the military and the benefits that come with serving your country. The funding does require congressional approval.
And with the holiday season now upon us and World Series ain't over, retailers are in the spirit of hiring. According to a new survey, nearly 740,000 seasonal workers are expected to be hired for the holidays. The top 5 retailers hiring the most: Macy's, JCPenney, Office Depot, Office Max, Gap, and Kohl's. The annual Starbucks Red Cup holiday season is back with a big twist this year. The cups are green. They featured a mosaic of more than 100 people drawn in a single stroke. The Starbucks CEO says it's an attempt to create unity and serves as a reminder of our shared values and the need to be good to each other. The Red Cups are expected to return later this month.
Staples employees could soon get a little help paying off their student loans. The office supply chain plans to give $100 a month to some employees to help pay for tuition and loans. The plan would be offered only to, quote, top performers chosen by management and to new employees on the company's business-to-business sales team. Each person could earn as many as $3,600 over the course of 3 years, and the plan would be offered to other groups in the future. Well, last night, Game 6 of the World Series, the Cleveland Indians were at home, and they were hoping to shut the door right then and there and keep that curse of the Billy Goat going for those Cubs.
Yes, once everybody realized the Cubs were going to win, ticket prices, $19,500 for a pair of tickets behind the Cubs dugout for tonight's game.
And potentially worth it because it's going to be quite a show.
Yes, the Cubs had their ace on the mound last night. Tonight, the Indians will send Corey Kluber to the mound, which has been their shutdown guy. So it should be a great game. Last night, Josh Tomlin, pride of Tyler, Texas, well, he got in trouble early as Chris Bryant hits a huge home run, making it 1-0. Still in the first, it got ugly early as the Indians outfielders got their wires crossed up. It was the first of several times all night that this happened. And the ball drops. It's 3-0 with Addison Russell hit that ball. And then Russell comes up a little later with the bases loaded. And the youngster, grand slam. The second youngest player to hit a grand slam in the World Series history.
Wow.
The other, Mickey Mantle. Yes, the Cubs win 9-3, forcing Game 7 tonight at 8:08. And it seems like Game 7 is the way it should be.
All of a sudden, our offense is having a resurgence, which we need. Again, of course, we want to be the group that breaks the string, but you're probably right. It's just correct and apt that we would go 7 games.
As I said, Game 7 tonight in Cleveland, and either that 108-year streak or the 68-year streak will end tonight, and, well, chaos will ensue, I'm sure.
Chaos will ensue either way. I got to tell you, though, I wish that the Cubs had not had to use their big closer, Chapman, for, 30-40 pitches last night. The radio was talking about that this morning, that even though the Indians were losing and going to lose that game, they were able to chip away at pitchers that could be key tonight.
Madden defended the use of him, and they also said, you know, hey, you got the rest of the winter to rest. 108 years riding on your shoulders. You can throw 105 miles an hour. You're going to do it again tonight.
You're going to suck it up again tonight. tonight if you have to. All right, wow. What a
Both
game.
teams are so jazzed that
I bet.
any pitcher can come through.
Yeah, and I love the way the visiting teams have been able to fill their home stadiums with people watching the game. And Cleveland used the Q, the Quicken Loans Arena across the street, full of people that couldn't afford the tickets to get into the actual baseball game. So
That's
yeah,
great.
just a lot of community bonding on both sides. Good to see.
We'll be able to hear the cheers from here.
From my house.
Yeah, we'll watch for some pretty decent weather shaping up for us. The weekend looks great. We'll talk about that in a minute or two.
And also a new study, the long list of proof that taking medication as prescribed by your doctor can extend your life. We'll tell you about it.
The celebration is heating up, and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out this stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at some pretty decent weather for us this afternoon, 68 degree, the current air temperature with a dew point of 64. Both of those numbers a little bit higher than they were 24 hours ago. What does that mean? Well, the humidity in the atmosphere is increasing, so our nighttime low temperature is also increasing. Northeast wind coming in at about 7. We have some fairly clear skies out there, but watch today as we get probably a few more clouds around in the afternoon because of that increase in humidity. 66 Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Mayaca, Wauchula, Arcadia. Northport coming in at 65, 63 in Punta Gorda along the coastline south. We have 68 in Venice, 67 in Inglewood, and the hot spots along Bow Key coming in at 70 degrees. The dry air in the water vapor imagery is indicated by these tan colors. And watch as it begins to be eroded away from north to south across the peninsula. That's some moisture trying to work its way in at mid and upper levels, and we'll see a few extra clouds. Also, the strong onshore flow is finally supporting a few showers moving into areas of north central Florida and North Florida. And nothing really close by us, but we do have one or two popping up in Highlands County. It's going to be real tough for these showers to make the trek all the way across the peninsula and into our area, especially as we're in one of the wider sections of the peninsula of Florida. So as these showers make it in, maybe one or two later in the afternoon during maximum heating, make it into inland Hardee and DeSoto counties. But that would be about it. I don't think anybody along the coastline is going to see anything in the way of rain, just some increased cloud cover today. So what are we waiting for? That front, that's what I'm waiting for. That frontal boundary will eventually work its way closer to us by Friday and promise us about a 10-degree drop in our temperatures this weekend. Now, for you warm weather lovers, it's not going to be a surge of Arctic air by any stretch of the imagination. It'll just return us to values that are more seasonable for this time of year. High pressure, the dominant weather feature along the Atlantic seaboard nosing down into the Florida peninsula, promises us that northeasterly wind, but it has sunk a little further south today, and that does mean slightly lighter winds, at least for the first half of the day. Warm afternoon, dry skies for the most part, and not as breezy. So boaters, you may get a little extra water time out there this afternoon. Tropics look good, near tropics, nothing here going on. We have a cluster of showers that will watch for any kind of development. There's an area down here in the Caribbean that has about a 20% chance over a 5-day period of development. That's not much. And closer to Africa, we got a little Saharan dust kind of flowing off the African coastline there, kind of suppressing any kind of waves there. So everything looks pretty good, tropically speaking. Northeast wind at about 5 to 10 today, increasing a little bit during the nighttime hours. And the extended range looks good, breezy Friday and Saturday as the front moves through, lowers our temperatures for the weekend, brings us sunshine. And don't forget, clock's back Saturday night into Sunday morning, 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Back to you guys.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, John. Great looking forecast. And so far, a pretty good looking morning commute. Building volume 301 in both directions. Downtown Bradenton looking good. I-75 still looking good through Manatee County. We do now have an accident popping up at University and 301. So that coming up as DeSoto and Washington. So a little bit off of University there, right before if you're heading northbound, the University stoplight at DeSoto. So that may back things up on 301 a little bit. Fruitville definitely building in volume on and off the interstate. Things looking pretty good for Bee Ridge and Clark Roads. And as we head down into South County, things are moving well.
And just so you know, Bill Murray gave some random fan a ticket to Game 6 and let her sit next to him. So she got to sit next to Bill Murray during Game 6. Now, a new study adds that the long list of proof taking medication as prescribed by your doctor can actually extend your life.
Heart patients who take their medications as prescribed have a better chance of surviving long-term with no major complications than those who don't. That's according to a recent study published by the American Heart Association. Researchers examined the cases of 3,200 people who had had coronary artery bypass surgery or stenting. And researchers found that those who followed doctors' instructions and took their meds were 3 times more likely to survive. Doctor's advice knows best.
My cardiologist is smiling right now. Get ready to see some extra facial hair on Sarasota's police force. Several officers with the Sarasota Police Department are participating in the annual Movember campaign. It challenges men to grow a mustache and raise awareness and money for men's health. Movember started back in 2003 when 2 men in Australia decided to grow mustaches in November and donate the money they raised to Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia. Since then, that campaign has gone global. Johnny Depp is about to enter a world of magic.
The actor is set to be part of Harry Potter, author J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, in a secretive role, according to Warner Brothers representatives. Depp will appear in a cameo in the first film, which opens on November 18th, and have a much bigger role alongside star Eddie Redmayne in the sequel in 2018. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is based on Rowling's book set 60 years earlier than Harry Potter in 1926 New York. There are 5 films planned in this Warner Brothers franchise. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them may take place in 1926, but the marketing is decidedly 21st century. Android phones will respond to spells such as Lumos for light and Silencio for turn off the ringer. And Google Maps not only displays such settings from the film as the Wizard Watering Hole the Blind Pig and the Magical Congress of the USA, but they'll even take you inside, showing what they looked like 90 years ago. Ooh, creepy.
Country star Kenny Chesney has picked up the first of 2 major awards in as many days, just after releasing his 17th album, Cosmic Hallelujah. On Tuesday, he picked up the BMI President's Award, and on Wednesday, he'll be honored today as one of the genre's top entertainers when he's given the Pinnacle Award at the 50th Annual Country Music Association Awards. That'll take place tonight on ABC 7, so stay tuned. Just listen to Game 7 on the radio.
No, I'm going to flip back and forth. That's what we've been doing.
No
you know,
doubt.
college football, World Series, CMAs tonight. We've got lots going on.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you get all the right moments. If you're unlucky, you missed a home run, you flip back, and you missed the big award.
And it causes a lot of fighting in my house.
Yes.
Go back, go back, go back. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
New Yorkers coming up with different ways to avoid traffic during their commute to work. Well, we'll show you how one man decided to do it.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We'll try Baby Boot Camp as a workout option for busy moms, plus a lesson in manners, and Chef Judy has the best peanut butter dishes.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. This hurricane season, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Things looking pretty good on the roadways. Building volume 301 northbound into Bradenton. We do have one problem popping up in Sarasota. It is on DeSoto and 301. That's just before University there. So know that we may get some slow spots on 301 as that's a busy spot this time of day. I-75 is looking good all the way through Manatee and Sarasota counties. Just some slight slowdowns in the construction zones on 41. John?
Nice day today. Maybe a few extra clouds around. Spotted drizzle possible in the inland counties. Otherwise, it'll be the same old with a daytime high of around 88 degrees and a rain-free coastline. Now, as we head down the road, Friday, a front moves through, cools us off about 10 degrees, makes the weekend feel fantastic.
All right, thank you, John. Take a minute to think of your morning commute. You're probably thinking of heavy traffic, packed trains, crowded sidewalks. Well, people don't often float to work, but that's literally how one young urban professional gets to his New York office. Zach Schwitzky, who lives in Manhattan, kayaks to work every day, even in the wintertime. In the past, he used to commute, car, train, like everybody else, but he became so frustrated with all that, he decided to do something else, and it's great exercise, so he says it's good for the environment as well. No emissions are released from his vehicle, at least, and
I guess he's not wearing a suit. I mean, a business suit, or maybe he
probably packs it or has something at the office.
You could do that across the bay. That would alleviate the Ringling Bridge frustration.
Yeah, here would be all right.
Okay.
New York, what do? Tie that boat up with a kryptonite lock or something. I can do it.
And the river doesn't smell real good some days either. So I think I'd rather commute to work here in every possible way. Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next. Have a great day.